Backside.
It's not here.
Peacock!
Why is it facing it?
So this is where the peacocks live.
Back toward us?
Peacock! Peacock! Here!
I'm trying to imitate its noise.
Mukund is trying to.
No, it's closing it.
No, it's trying.
Now it's opening it again. Shall I take one feather? If it
No,
fell?
no.
If it fell.
Oh,
Did any fall? No.
you closed it.
Peacock feather on Lord Krishna's head. The story that we are going to look at today is why Lord Krishna wears a peacock feather on his head. And it starts when one day Krishna woke first from a rest in the forest with his cowherd friends. He decided to wake everyone and call the cows grazing at a distance by playing his flute. When Krishna blew the nectar of his lips into the flute, a melodious raga with a slow rhythm and a deep bass emerged from its end. This wonderful vibration enchanted the peacocks in and around the Govardhan hills. Their hearts began to sing in happiness and filled the skies with their own song. The resonant vibrations from the flute encouraged the peacocks to dance. Krishna, who is the source of all dramatic arts, was pleased by their dance and encouraged them by his kind glances and sweet smiling. They cried with joy, and it sounded all over the hills. In time, their sounds became indistinguishable from the echoes. They became excited and jumped up and down, flapping their wings. As the peacocks danced, the king of peacocks made his way to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, touching his holy feet and making a sound which Sri Krishna understands as a thanking note and requesting him to dance with them. Sri Krishna accepts to dance and moves amidst them, dancing like the peacocks, increasing the tempo and playing to the rhythm of their steps. The bliss of the peacocks increased multifold when Sri Krishna danced with them. It was so overwhelming that some peacocks fainted. All the animals and cowherds of the Govardhan hills stood transfixed, unable to move their eyes away from the dance of Sri Krishna. The flute in Sri Krishna's hand, seeing the uncommon performance of its master, began to sing on its own. The spectacle was extremely splendid. When seen from the top of Govardhan hills, the heaven and even the netherland, they danced for a long time, and slowly the tired peacock stopped dancing. Then Krishna danced to the rhythm of his own steps. After many days, when he stopped dancing, there was an enchanting silence. The king of the peacocks approached Sri Krishna with great humility, bowed down his head, and said, "You have created a festival of bliss for which we remain eternally indebted to you. It is our duty to offer you Guru Dakshina. I request you to accept our opulence, our plumage, wear them on your crown as decoration."
Peacock!
With large tears of ecstasy, the king of peacocks dropped many divine feathers. Sri Krishna lovingly accepted the offering of the peacocks and picked up the feathers, and to everybody's joy, placed a few on them on his turban. Thus he came to wear the peacock feathers. Let's now understand the importance of peacock feather. Prabhupada said, only Krishna wears a peacock feather. No one else can put on a peacock feather. Then, one fine Vrindavan morning, I decided to feed a peacock that seemed curious about our presence in Ramareti. I sat cross-legged with a pile of grains and seeds in front of me. I tossed a handful, and the peacock came and nibbled at it. I tossed another and another, each one closer to me than the last, and the peacock followed the trail. Finally, after about a half hour, he shyly came up to my outstretched hands and pecked out the grains. backed away, saw it was safe, then came back and ate again. I repeated this ritual daily until the peacock became less and less afraid and came over whenever he saw. Prabhupada said, so the description is that Govinda is very fond of playing on the flute. Venam. Venam means flute. His eyes are just like lotus petals, very beautiful eyes. And he likes peacock feathers on the head. So you will find Krishna always with peacock feather. He wears a very valuable helmet on his head, but you will find one peacock feather. Srinivas told. In 1973, we had just completed the Lotus building in Mayapur. I went to Prabhupada's room and asked him, "Can Lord Chaitanya wear a peacock feather?" He said, "Why not? He is Krishna." I told him some of the Gaudiya Mutt people were complaining that Lord Chaitanya shouldn't wear a peacock feather. Srila Prabhupada became very disappointed and he just looked down. He didn't say anything else. I took it to the mean that he was distributed, that his godbrothers always criticized him. In fact, he wrote one letter. How can they help when they only hinder us? It was an open letter. My understanding was that Prabhupada was wondering why they didn't see what he had accomplished. He picked us out of the gutter of material existence. We had shaved heads, we wore tilak and dhotis, and we were chanting Krishna's names. In other words, look at what he had done rather than fault finding. Since that time, I found new evidence where Lord Chaitanya is described with a peacock feather. In the Advaita Gauranga Maji, by Advaita Acharya, he gives us the description of Mahaprabhu. In meditation, in the description, he says he has his Sikhi Picha, the peacock feather in his hair, and another one over his ear. There is another in the Nitya Leela of Mahaprabhu. When after breakfast he goes with his friends on Sankirtanam. They see all the white cows and the peacocks, and he corresponds with Vrindavan Leela. When Krishna goes out to the cows in the morning, so he gets into his cowboy mood. So he starts calling out to all of his cows. Ah, Shyama, hey, Dubala, hey, Ganga, hey, Yamuna, hey, come on. All the devotees would inquire, what's happening? Oh, he is the mood of Krishna in Vrindavan. So they are all assuming the same mood as him. They would pick up sticks and start twirling them around like cowboys do. Hi, let's go up to Govardhan. Nityananda Prabhu tends to have a buffalo horn. Woo, 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 Govardhan hai. In that description, Lord Chaitanya wears a peacock feather. Also, Prabhupada asked Malti Mataji one time, why Lord Chaitanya is not wearing a peacock feather, she said. Oh, he should be wearing. He said, yes. She asked, what about Nityananda Prabhu? He said, sometimes he could wear, but Lord Chaitanya should always wear. The feathers of peacock exemplify Lord's Maya in the manner which human mind can try to grasp. The brilliant colors of peacock do not arise from the correspondingly colored pigments. Instead, they arise from the phenomenon called structural correlation. The light waves entering the different thicknesses of curtain layers on peacock feathers get out of phase and undergo interference. The resulting light wave patterns give a beautiful play of colors which the human eye sees. The actual color is just brown pigment, which occurs in the background of these curtain layers. Thus, Lord Krishna wears a brilliant example of his own Maya in his crown and stimulates our intelligence to understand the fact that the whole universe is a diverse manifestation of one single divinity. Thus, we are also supposed to understand the nature of Maya continuously during our life so that we do not get carried away and suffer due to its influence. If we also start wearing this idea in our mind, like Krishna wears it symbolically in his crown, then we can also enjoy this life in the manner Lord Krishna wants us to live. The color of nature. A peacock feather is said to have all the 7 colors of nature, and it appears bluish in the day and black at the night. ether, which covers all of us, also appears blue by daytime and black by night. Lord Krishna, also called the dark-skinned one, is represented by both these colors. Thus, Krishna wears a peacock, which symbolizes the entire range of colors humans are made of, and that each of us is part of the Almighty. As God, he is formless, but to mortals he appears blue by day and black at night, making him just like a peacock feather. In the rainy season, when the clouds appear for the first time, the peacocks, after seeing the appearance of the clouds, begin to dance and join us. This example is applicable to persons who are very much harassed in the materialistic way of life. But if he finds the association of a person engaged in the loving devotional service of the Lord, he becomes just like the peacock when it dances. We have practical experience to see this incident that many of our students who were almost dry and morose previous to their coming to Krishna consciousness, but having come into contact with devotees, are now dancing like the jubilant peacock. So that's all that we have for this video. Thank you for watching. Remember to share this video with your family and friends, and like this video and subscribe to our channel to support us. And we'll see you in our next video. Hare Krishna!